Ladies, let me tell you something that most men won't say out loud. When a man is madly in love with you, he might not always show it the way you expect, but he will say things that give him away. These aren't the big poetic lines you hear in the movies. No, these are the subtle, simple, quiet words. But don't be fooled. Behind these words is a deep emotional commitment. So if your man is saying these things, girl, he ain't just in love, he's madly in love. When a man is truly madly in love with a woman, he doesn't always show it in flashy ways. Often, it's the quietest words, the most casual phrases that carry the deepest meaning. One of the most powerful things a man can say when he's deeply invested in you is, I got you. These three little words might sound simple, but they speak volumes about how he sees you, values you, and wants to support you. When a man says this, he's not just talking about handling a task or helping you with something small. He's telling you in his own language that he's your emotional safety net, your shield, and your partner. See, men are wired to be providers and protectors. That doesn't always mean just financially. Emotional security, physical presence, and mental reassurance are all part of that role when a man is in love. So when he looks you in the eyes and says, I got you, that means he's ready to carry your burdens with you. He doesn't want you out here in this world struggling alone. He wants to be your backup, your support system, and your stability. And let me tell you something. When a man really loves you, being your stability brings him joy. That's how he feels like a man. He may not be poetic with his words, but I got you is his version of a love letter. Now, this doesn't mean he's trying to control you or take away your independence. On the contrary, when a man is madly in love, he wants to empower you. He's not trying to do everything for you because he thinks you can't. He's stepping in because he wants to lighten your load. He wants you to know that whatever you go through, whatever hits you in life, you're not going to face it alone anymore. That's what I got you really means. It's not about rescuing you. It's about riding with you. It's about saying, if you fall, I'm catching you. If you cry, I'm holding you. If you're tired, I'm strong enough for both of us. And you'll notice this kind of man doesn't just say, I got you when times are good. No, he says it when you're stressed, overwhelmed, or even pushing him away. He'll say it when you're doubting yourself or when you feel like the world is too heavy. That's when those words hit different because he's not just reacting to a situation. He's making a declaration. He's saying, whatever comes our way, I'm not going anywhere. He's showing you through his presence and his actions that his love is not conditional. A man who is madly in love with you will say, I got you, and mean it. He'll say it and follow through, even when it costs him time, money, or effort. He'll show up when it's inconvenient. He'll make sure you feel secure, not just financially, but emotionally. And if you're the kind of woman who's used to doing it all on your own, hearing those words might be hard to believe at first. You might be tempted to brush it off and say, it's okay, I got myself. But the truth is, deep down, we all need to feel supported, especially in love. Sometimes a man knows that words aren't enough, so I got you becomes his way of reminding you that he's going to prove it every day. He'll bring you food when you're tired. He'll stay up late to listen to you vent. He'll cover for you when you forget something. He'll be your peace when life gets chaotic. That's love in action. And while it may not be wrapped in roses or poetry, it's powerful because it's real. That's the kind of love that lasts. Let me tell you, a man in love takes pride in being there for his woman. He takes pride in knowing that she can lean on him. That's when a man feels most masculine, not when he's out here trying to impress everybody else, but when he knows he's protecting the heart of the one he loves. When he says, I got you, he's not just offering to solve your problems, he's offering himself, his time, his energy, his attention, his loyalty. And that's no small thing. Now, don't confuse I got you with empty promises. There are some men who say that line and don't mean it. But a man who's madly in love, his actions will back it up every single time. He won't just say it when it's easy. He'll say it when you're not even sure you deserve it. He'll say it when you're having a bad day, when you're not your best self, when you're pushing everyone away. and he'll still be there. Because when he loves you like that, you become part of him. Your struggle is his struggle. Your pain is his pain. And your success, he'll celebrate it like it's his own. So don't underestimate those three little words. I got you isn't just reassurance. It's a declaration of love, commitment, and partnership. It's a man saying, you don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. I'm here. I choose you. I love you, and I got you. Did you eat? Might seem like an ordinary question. It's something we hear every day from coworkers, friends, or even strangers in passing. But when a man is deeply in love with you, those three words are anything but casual. In fact, that simple question becomes a profound expression of care, protection, and emotional intimacy. See, men who are madly in love often struggle to express their feelings in long, emotional speeches. They might not sit you down and pour out their hearts in a way that's all dramatic and poetic, but they will find ways to let you know that they're thinking of you, that they care deeply about you, and that your well-being matters to them. And did you eat is one of the clearest signs. When a man asks you if you've eaten, he's not just inquiring about food. He's checking in on your physical state, your energy levels, your stress, and even your mood. He's saying, are you taking care of yourself? Because if you're not, I'm worried. I care. It's his way of saying, I'm thinking about you even when you're not around. It shows he's paying attention to your needs, even the ones you're not speaking out loud. It's not just affection, that's love. And here's what makes that question so intimate. It's rooted in a man's instinct to provide. A man who is madly in love wants to provide for you, not because he thinks you can't take care of yourself, but because it fulfills something in him to take care of the woman he loves. It's not about control or dominance. It's about showing up in the small ways that make a big difference. That question is him stepping into the role of nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. It's him making sure your basic needs are met before he even thinks about anything else. It may not sound grand, but ask any woman who's been with a thoughtful, caring man, and she'll tell you. Those are the words that stick. That simple question becomes the heartbeat of the relationship. When you've had a rough day, and your phone lights up with a message that just says, did you eat? It hits differently. It feels like someone is looking out for you in a world where most people are just looking out for themselves. A man who loves you doesn't want you walking around tired, hungry, or drained. He wants to know that you're keeping yourself strong, fueled, and ready to take on life. And if you're not, he wants to step in. He'll send food. He'll cook for you. He'll order your favorite meal. Sometimes he might not be able to express how much he misses you or how much he worries about you. But that question, that's him saying, I love you, I miss you, I'm here for you, and I want you to be okay. All rolled into one. Love isn't always about grand romantic gestures or dramatic confessions. Sometimes it's in the daily rituals, the quiet questions, and the gentle reminders that you're not alone. A man in love listens with his eyes and speaks with his actions. Did you eat? Is him saying you matter. Your comfort matters, your body matters, your day matters, and I want to be part of making it better. You'll notice that this question doesn't go away with time either. In fact, it becomes more frequent and more instinctive. When you're sick, he'll ask it. When you're working late, he'll check in. When you're overwhelmed, he'll remind you to slow down and nourish yourself. It becomes a ritual of care, a form of love that's less about words and more about showing up, again and again in the small moment. Sometimes women wonder if their man really loves them, especially if he's not the overly expressive type, but watch his habits. Watch how he checks in. If he's the kind of man who wants to know if you've eaten, if you've rested, if you're okay, that's a man whose heart is invested. That's a man who's paying attention, even when you don't ask for it. That's a man who's madly in love and expressing it the only way he knows how, through care. This kind of love doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with consistency. It comes with thoughtfulness. It comes with presence. When a man can't be with you but still asks if you've eaten, it means you're on his mind. It means your health is connected to his peace of mind. And when you respond with something like not yet, and he follows up with what do you want? I'll send something. That's him stepping in. That's his heart talking. In a world where so many people love to say, I love you without showing it, a man who checks on your well-being is rare. It's a quiet form of affection, but one that carries deep emotional weight because it means he's putting you first, even in his thoughts. He's prioritizing your needs, even when you don't voice them. That's the kind of man who doesn't just love you when it's convenient. He loves you daily in the details. So don't overlook that question. Don't treat it like it's just part of small talk. Understand that when a man is deeply in love, he won't always say, I miss you, or I need you, or I'm worried about you. Sometimes he'll just say, did you eat? And in those three little words, he's pouring out everything he feels. He's telling you he loves you without needing to say it. He's giving you comfort without needing to hold your hand. He's being your man, your partner, your protector, all through a question that seems simple, but means everything. When a man says, text me when you get home, it might seem like a casual request, something polite or routine, but when that line comes from a man who is madly in love with you, it carries a much deeper meaning. It's not just about making sure your phone works or that you have a signal. It's about concern. It's about protection. It's about love. A man who cares deeply about you never truly relaxes until you knows you're safe. That simple sentence is his way of saying, your life matters to me. I think about you even when you're not near me. When a man says those 6 words, he's not just being courteous. He's revealing that your well-being is constantly on his mind. While you're out there moving through the world, he's silently waiting for the confirmation that you're okay. He's picturing you walking through dark streets, catching late buses, or driving through traffic. And until he gets that message, a part of him is on edge. That's how you know it's love. That's how you know he's emotionally connected. He's emotionally invested in your safety, in your presence, and even in your silence. You see, men in love don't always know how to say things in a poetic or dramatic way. They often say the most meaningful things in the smallest phrases. He might not say, I'm worried about you, or I couldn't live without you, but he will ask you to text him when you get home. That's his code. That's his language. That's his love showing up in a way that's quiet but deeply powerful. This kind of love isn't flashy. It doesn't scream. It doesn't need to be shown off on social media. It's the kind of love that thinks about you when you're not even in the room. It's the kind of love that makes a man pause his day just to send a reminder that says, let me know when you're safe. It's not about control. It's not about keeping tabs. It's about peace of mind. Because when he loves you that much, your safety becomes his responsibility in his heart, even if he's not physically there with you. And if you've ever been in love with a man like that, you know the difference. You feel it. You can tell when it's genuine because he doesn't forget. He doesn't say it once and move on. He waits for that text. He watches his phone. And if you forget to message him, he'll check in. Not out of jealousy, not because he doesn't trust you, but because he genuinely can't rest until he knows you're okay. This behavior isn't just about protecting your body. It's about protecting your presence in his life. A man who's in love doesn't want to imagine something bad happening to you. You're more than just someone he dates. You're someone he's building a future with, someone who brings joy into his world, someone he sees himself growing old with, and anything that threatens that, even something as simple as a late night drive, puts him on alert. Think about this. In a world full of distractions where most people are busy with their own issues and hardly take time to check in on anyone, a man who pauses to care about where you are and whether you're safe is showing a rare kind of commitment. That little sentence, text me when you get home, becomes an anchor. It becomes his way of staying connected to you even from a distance. And you know what else it means? It means he respects your independence but still wants to stay involved. He's not trying to control your movements or make decisions for you. He's saying, I know you're capable, I know you're strong, but that doesn't stop me from worrying. That doesn't stop me from loving you. That's the balance you want in a man. Someone who gives you space to be who you are, but never stops caring about what happens to you. Sometimes women overlook these kinds of gestures. They're so small, so subtle, that it's easy to brush them off, but the truth is, this is how many men love. They love in the quiet details. They love in the reminders. They love in the requests that are rooted in deep, honest concern. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's vulnerability. That's love in its most unspoken form. So next time he says it and you hear those words, text me when you get home, don't just take it as a casual statement. Hear it for what it really is. It's a man saying, I love you enough to worry about you. I care enough to wait for your message. I need to know you're okay because you matter that much to me. Those 6 words are his heart speaking, even if he doesn't always know how to say it. I'm proud of you. When a man says this to a woman he loves, it may seem like a simple compliment. But when those words come from a man who is deeply, madly in love, they are filled with so much more than casual praise. They are a reflection of how he sees you, not just for who you are now, but for everything you've overcome, everything you're striving to become, and how he feels honored to stand beside you while you grow. When a man tells you he's proud of you, it's not just recognition, it's admiration. It's his heart speaking in a way that reveals the depth of his emotional connection to you. Men don't hand out praise easily when they're in love. They may show affection, loyalty, and protection. But when a man says, I'm proud of you, that's a different level. That means he's been watching your journey. He sees the nights you stayed up late chasing your goals, the moments you doubted yourself but kept pushing, the challenges you faced with your head held high. And when he sees all of that, it moves something in him. He doesn't just love you, he respects you. That respect becomes the foundation of something stronger than passion. It becomes partnership. When he's proud of you, it means he's emotionally invested in your victories. Your wins feel like his wins. Your success doesn't intimidate him, it inspires him. That's the mark of a man who is not just in love with how you make him feel, but in love with who you are at your core. A man like that doesn't want to dim your light. He wants to help you shine even brighter. And when he says, I'm proud of you, what he's really saying is, I see you. I see your effort. I see your strength. And I love you even more because of it. A lot of women go through life wondering if their man truly values their ambition, their drive, their unique path. And sometimes love can feel one-sided when a woman is doing everything she can to build something for herself while also trying to nurture a relationship. But when a man looks at you and tells you he's proud of what you're doing, whether it's building a business, raising children, completing school, healing from your past, or even just making it through a hard day, that validation hits a part of your soul that few things can reach. It makes you feel seen, not just loved. That pride doesn't come only when you achieve something huge. A man who loves you deeply will say it in the everyday victories too. He'll say it when you get up after being knocked down. He'll say it when you make a tough decision. He'll say it when you step outside your comfort zone. Because his pride in you isn't about status or success. It's about your spirit. It's about your resilience. It's about the way you move through life with courage and grace, even when you don't feel like you have it all together. When a man says he's proud of you, he's putting himself in a vulnerable position too. He's showing you that he looks up to you, that you inspire him, that you make him want to be better. He's not afraid to let you know that you have power, not just over his heart, but in the world around you. That takes a secure man, a man who isn't intimidated by a strong woman, but drawn to her. He wants to cheer for you. He wants to lift you up. He wants to be the one clapping the loudest when you succeed. And when things aren't going well, he'll remind you of those words too. I'm proud of you becomes a comfort when you're struggling. It becomes a shield against self-doubt. It becomes proof that someone believes in you even when you can't believe in yourself. A man who truly loves you will use those words not just to celebrate your achievements, but to protect your spirit when it's fragile. He knows how important it is for you to feel validated, to feel appreciated, to feel seen. It's easy to say, I love you. People say it all the time, but I'm proud of you is on a different level. That's what a man says when he's emotionally mature, when he's invested in your growth, when he sees you as a partner, not a possession. It means he's in it for the long haul. He's not just there for the good times. He's watching your evolution, and it makes him love you even more. He's inspired by you, humbled by you, and deeply grateful to share life with you. So when you hear those words from the man you love, hold on to them. They're not empty. They're not routine. They are filled with admiration, respect, and emotional intimacy. They're a sign that the man standing beside you is not just your lover, but your supporter, your witness, and your greatest fan. And in this world, that kind of love, the kind that sees you, supports you, and takes pride in your journey, is rare, real, and deeply powerful.